I am the Lord, the God of your father Abraham, and the God of your father Isaac. Your descendants will be like the dust of the earth. All peoples on the earth will be blessed through you and your offspring. And I will look over you wherever you go.
Truly, God is in this place. This is the house of God, the gate to heaven itself. This place will no longer be called Luz, but Bethel, the house of God. If you will be with me on this journey and provide all that I need so that I returned safely, then you will be my God. This pillar will be your house, and all that you bless me with I will give a tenth. Padan Aram, the land of Rebekah's family. Friends, where are you from? We hail from Haran. Then you know Laban, Nahor's grandson. Yes, we know him. Does he fare well? Yes, indeed. Here comes his daughter, Rachel, now. I am a relative, the son of your father's sister.
Come with me. My father will be overjoyed.
Father, the son of your sister Rebekah has come to us.
You have been here a month now. You are a relative, but you should not work for nothing. What would be your wages? Well, I know exactly what I want. Your daughter, Rachel, in exchange for 7 years of work. Well, I guess I would rather do that than give her to another man. Well, I've worked the 7 years. Now I am ready for my wife. As agreed. The 7 years seemed like only a few days to Jacob because he loved Rachel so much. Laban! You deceived me. The woman I slept with was not Rachel, but instead her sister Leah, the one with the weak eyes. It is not our custom to give the younger daughter in marriage before the older. Finish the bridal week with Leah, then I will give you Rachel, in exchange for 7 more years of work. Eventually, both of Laban's daughters provided Jacob with sons, and at times when they could not conceive, they gave their maidservants, Zilpah and Bilhah, to also bear children for them. Jacob prospered in the land of his mother and had 11 sons and also a daughter, Dinah. After Rachel had given birth to their son Joseph, Jacob approached his father-in-law. Give me my wives, children, and all that I have so I may return to my family. I have learned that the Lord has blessed me because of you. Please stay and name your wages. The little you had has multiplied under my supervision and care, but now I am ready to do something for my own household. What shall I give you? Only this. Let me remove all speckled and spotted sheep and goats, as well as all the dark-colored lambs. They will be my wages, and if anything else is found in my flocks, we will both consider them stolen. Agreed. Laban had his sons remove these animals from the flocks and take them 3 days away.
What you looking at, Papa?
Jacob, however, had a plan. He played partly peeled branches at the watering holes and the flocks matted in front of the branches. But he only did it for the stronger animals. He would put the weaker animals with Laban, and Jacob's flocks began to enormously increase. He grew rich in flocks, camels, donkeys, and servants. He prospered greatly. Our sister's husband is soon to take almost all that would have been ours.
I will deal with it.
The attitude of your father and your brothers towards me has changed. Your father has changed my wages 10 times, yet God has taken from his livestock and added to mine. God has seen all that he has done to me. God wants me to return to my native land.
We no longer have an inheritance here and are regarded as foreigners ourselves. We are with you, whatever God tells you to do.
So when Laban was gone shearing his sheep, Jacob fled with all that was his. But Rachel also stole her father's household gods. Father, the servants report that 3 days ago Jacob fled with our sisters and all that he had. Quickly gather our brothers and our relatives. With that many flocks, we should be able to overtake them. Be sure to say nothing, either good or bad, to Jacob. Your father has found us.
My father is a very headstrong man.
Why did you run off and deceive me? You did not even allow me to kiss my grandchildren goodbye, yet your God has spoken to me to be gentle with you.
I was afraid you would take your daughters back by force.
You have done a very foolish thing. You even stole my household gods.
Then go through my tents and possessions and prove your accusation.
Jacob had no knowledge that his wife had done this.
So, where are they?
I will find them and prove my words.
Rachel hid idols and sat on them.
I am sorry, Father. I cannot stand in your presence. The way of women is upon me.
You have searched through everything I own. Have you found what you were seeking? 20 years I have been with you. When your animals were torn by wild beasts, I myself took the loss. And now, look how you've treated me. God has seen my hardship and rebuked you.
Though the women are my daughters, and their children my children, and the flocks are mine as well, let there be a covenant agreement between us.
So the two men set up a pillar as a witness between them that neither would go beyond it to hurt the other. They sealed the agreement with a great feast. The next morning, Laban kissed each of his grandchildren goodbye and then returned to his own home. One night, on his journey home, Jacob saw the angels of God. he was reminded that God was with him and called the place 2 camps. Go ahead of us. Speak to my master and brother Esau. Tell him that I have been with our uncle Laban and have been blessed with many goods, oxen, donkeys, flocks, and servants. I wish to find favor in his eyes. A few days later, we went to your brother Esau. However, he is coming now with 400 men. That cannot be good. Help me now to reorganize into 2 camps. We will divide the flocks and herds. If my brother attacks one group, maybe the other group can escape. My God, remember you promised that I would prosper, and my descendants would be like the sands of the sea. Tomorrow take a herd of goats, then sheep, then camels, then cows, and then donkeys. Keep some space between yourselves. When you come to Esau, you are to say, these belong to your servant Jacob, and are a gift to my lord Esau. Jacob follows behind us.
Jacob sent everyone across the stream, and he was left alone. All that night, Jacob wrestled with a man. Many believed this was a pre-incarnation visitation of Jesus Christ. At dawn, the man touched Jacob's hip, so the socket came out of place.
Let me go, for it is almost daybreak.
I will not let you go until you bless me.
You will no longer be called Jacob, but Israel, for you have struggled with God and man, and have overcome.
And Jacob called that place Peniel, or Face of God, because he had seen God face to face and was spared. My brother, at long last I see you. And who are these?
These are all the children that God has graciously given your servant.
First, the servant girls and their children bowed down before Esau.
Then Leah and her children. And finally, Jacob, Rachel, and Joseph.
And what is the meaning of all these droves you sent ahead?
Well, we left on bad terms, but now I seek your favor.
I do not need them, brother. I have plenty myself.
Well, I insist. Seeing your face is like seeing the face of God. You must take these as a present from me.
If you must, then I will take them as a gift from your hands. Only, we must continue on. I will accompany you.
We cannot. The children are tender, and we must move at a slow pace because of the nursing lambs and calves.
Then some of my men will stay behind to accompany you.
Why? Just let me find favor with my Lord.
In Canaan, Jacob purchased a piece of ground from his sons Hamor. One day, while Jacob's daughter Dinah was visiting the woman of the land, she caught the eye of Hamor's son, Shechem. She was brought to him, and he forced himself on her.
Dinah, my child, what has happened? My son, Shechem, is captivated with your daughter. He wants her for a wife.
He defiled her.
It is a shameful thing that he has done. But his heart is set on her. Please, stay here and intermarry with us.
We cannot give our sister to an uncircumcised man. The men in your town must be circumcised as we are." Hamor and his son Shechem agreed. They persuaded the men of the town to be circumcised so they could intermarry with the family of Jacob. 3 days later, Simeon and Levi, Denai's brothers, took their revenge. While the men of the city were in pain, recovering, they attacked, killing every male in the city, including Hamor and Shechem. They took the rest as plunder. What is this you've done? We are few in number, and if the people of the land join together and attack us, our entire household will be destroyed. But he treated our sister as a prostitute. They got what they deserved. God commanded Jacob to return to Bethel, where God had appeared to him after fleeing from his brother Esau. We must rid ourselves of all foreign gods and sanctify ourselves before God. All who were with him turned in their gold earrings and idols, and Jacob buried these at the Shechem before going to Bethel. Jacob built an altar to worship the God that revealed himself to him, and the terror of God fell on the surrounding peoples so that none pursued or attacked them. He called the place Bethel, House of God, because God had spoken to him there. After leaving Bethel, Rachel began to give birth. She had great difficulty and died soon after the birth of her son. Rachel had named him Ben-Oni, son of my trouble, but Jacob named him Benjamin, son of my right hand. After Jacob had returned home to Canaan, his father Isaac died. His sons buried him in the cave where his parents were buried. Esau became the father of the Edomites. The word Edom comes from the word red. Not only did Esau have red hair, but the land where he lived was covered with red sandstone. And Jacob resided in the land of Canaan, where his father had stayed.
Hey there, YouTubers! Follow me and keep up if you can!
The story of Jacob's ladder is found in the Bible in Genesis 28:10-19. According to the narrative, Jacob left Beersheba and traveled toward Haran. As he reached a certain place, he decided to stay there overnight because the sun had set. He took one of the stones from the place, used it as a pillow, and lay down to sleep. During the night, Jacob had a dream in which he saw a ladder set up on the earth, with its top reaching to heaven. Angels of God were ascending and descending on it. Above the ladder stood the Lord, who spoke to Jacob, promising him that the land on which he was lying would be given to him and his descendants. Additionally, God promised Jacob that his descendants would be as the dust of the earth, spreading out in all directions, and that through him and his offspring, all the families of the earth would be blessed. God also assured Jacob of his presence, promising to protect him, to bring him back to this land, and to not leave him until he had done what he had promised. When Jacob awoke from his sleep, he was awestruck and feared, saying, "Surely the Lord is in this place, and I did not know it." He then declared the place to be awesome, naming it Bethel, which means house of God. He took the stone he had used as a pillow, set it up as a pillar, and poured oil on top of it as a dedication to God, vowing that if God were with him and protected him on his journey, provided him with food and clothing, and returned him safely to his father's house, the Lord would be his God, and the stone would be God's house. The ladder in Jacob's dream is often interpreted as a symbol of the connection between God and humanity, representing a bridge between heaven and earth. The angels ascending and descending suggest ongoing divine activity and presence in the world. This dream not only reaffirms the covenant between God and the lineage of Abraham, but also underscores the personal relationship Jacob is to have with God. Jacob's ladder, described in Genesis 28, is a richly symbolic that holds several layers of meaning and lessons for Christians. The primary lesson from Jacob's ladder, which must learn as Christians, is the reassurance of God's presence and his ongoing commitment to his promises. God's appearance to Jacob in a dream at a time when Jacob was vulnerable and alone serves as a powerful reminder of God's continual presence. For Christians, this echoes the promise that God is always with us, especially during times of uncertainty or fear. Jacob was on the run from his brother Esau, whom he had deceived. Despite Jacob's shortcomings and deceitful nature, God chose to reveal himself to Jacob and renew his covenant with him. This act of grace shows that God's love and promises are not based on human merit, but on his sovereign choice. It encourages Christians to rely on God's grace, knowing that their relationship with God does not depend on their perfection. The vision of the ladder connecting heaven and earth reveals that God is not distant or disengaged from the world. The angels ascending and descending symbolize a continuous interaction between the divine and the mundane. For Christians, this can be seen as a precursor to the belief in Jesus Christ as the ultimate bridge between God and mankind, mediating on behalf of humanity as both God and man. The site of the dream, which Jacob names Bethel, meaning house of God, becomes a significant place of worship. Jacob's response to God's promise is to set up a stone pillar and make a vow to God, showing his transformation from a deceiver into someone who acknowledges and worships God. It teaches Christians about the importance of responding to God's revelations with worship and commitment. Jacob's journey can also be seen as a metaphor for the Christian life. Just as Jacob was on a physical journey, Christians are on a spiritual journey. The reassurances given to Jacob can serve to remind Christians that God guides and accompanies them throughout their spiritual journey, providing not only for their needs, but also ensuring their ultimate safety and spiritual well-being. Finally, the promise that through Jacob's descendants all the families of the earth would be blessed speaks of God's broader plan for humanity. This is a precursor to the Christian understanding of salvation through Jesus Christ, who is descended from Jacob and brings the blessing of salvation to all people. Christians are reminded of their mission to be a blessing to others and to spread the gospel. Jacob's ladder, therefore, is not just an isolated biblical event but a profound teaching tool about God's relationship with his people, the continuity of his promises, and the calling of every believer to live a life of faith and testimony.
Thank you for watching. Keep trusting, keep praying, and keep believing. Until next time, stay in the peace of God, which surpasses all understanding.
This is crazy. Watch how this doctor breaks down how our bodies point to God. Listen.
You flip the human nervous system upside down, it looks like a tree growing out of a seed, bearing the fruit of the heart, which looks suspiciously like a piece of fruit hanging in a tree. That tree growing out of the seed also supports the fruit of the Spirit, and the cycle of the seed looks suspiciously like the parable of the sower. 12 pair of cranial nerves to edify the body, controlled by the mind. 12 disciples sent out in pairs to edify the body, controlled by the head. 12 disciples with one removed. 12 tribes with one removed. Adam's 12 pair of ribs with one removed to make Eve. Jesus pierced in his side to bring the church to life. Are you starting to see it? I often wonder why God made me a medical doctor. And then I start to see the gospel in the anatomy and physiology of our body.
May God richly bless you. Goodbye for now.